Okay, let's write some tests for our spam management feature. So let's start with marking the idea as spam. And I'm just going to duplicate one of our tests here. Let's duplicate our delete idea test. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Say spam management test. Okay. And let's change this as well. Spam management test. So let's start with this one. Let's change it to mark as spam shows mark as spam livewire component, or mark idea as spam. So anyone who's logged in can do this, so we don't need to assign it to the same user. And let's just change this to mark idea as spam. Okay, let's run that. Passes. Next, the opposite case. So we just have to remove this acting as method. Okay. And let's run that. Actually, let's change this. Mark idea as spam. Let's run that. Okay. Next. Sorry, forgot to change the name here. Does not show mark idea as spam. Next is that it actually works. So let's change the name again. Marking an idea as spam works. Okay. So again, we don't need to have the same user here. Let's test the mark idea as spam class. Let's make sure to import that. And we are calling the mark idea as spam method. And we are asserting that an event is emitted. Assert emit, or assert emitted. And the event is, what was it? Let's check. Mark idea spam. Idea was marked as spam. Okay. So let's run that. Let me comment this out for now. Let's run that. Should pass. Doesn't. Sorry, the method name is mark as spam. Let's try that again. Okay. And now we just have to assert that the first idea incremented the spam count, or the spam reports. So let's say assert equals one idea first, and this should have a spam reports field, and it should be 1. So let's try that. Okay. What's next? Next is, we don't need the case for when it's an admin. We don't need this case as well, as it's specific to ideas. Did I change the name of that? Marking an idea as spam. Okay. Let's add one for this. So it does not work. So when we're not logged in, marking an idea as spam does not work. Okay. So let me just change this. Mark idea as spam and mark as spam. And let's make sure we get this status. Sorry, we have to remove acting as here. Make sure we're not logged in. Let's try again. And we do get the correct status. And yeah, we don't even need this user. Okay. Next is marking an idea as spam shows on the menu. Okay. So we don't even need this. We just have to be logged in. So we're passing in an idea, and we need the votes count. And let's see, it's called mark as spam. So let's just say that, mark as spam. Okay. And this should pass. Does not. Sorry, should be this. I think I have a lowercase a here. Okay. And the last one. Let's change the name. Marking an idea as spam does not show. Okay. So this is if the user is not logged in. So we don't even need this. Let's not log in. Let's test. And Let's change this. Mark as spam. Should pass. And it does. Cool. So pretty much the same cases for mark as not spam. I'm going to put it in the same file, but you can separate it out into another file if that's more organized to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it here and come back when it's done. Okay, so I added the cases for marking an idea as not spam. And like I said, it's pretty much the same as mark as spam. The main difference is the user has to be an admin to be authorized. And for this case in particular, I'm just checking if the user is an admin. And I set the spam reports to something that's not 0. I run the mark not as spam method. And then I assert that it's reset back to 0 here. So if I go ahead and run this entire file, everything is passing. So now let's write a test for checking if the spam reports text shows. So if you remember here, if I mark this as spam, we should see this spam reports. And this happens on this show page and also on the index page here. So let's do that. Let's just grab one of these cases here. I'll put it underneath. Let's duplicate this. And let's change the name to spam reports count shows on ideas index page if logged in as admin. Okay. So let's create a user. Let's grab it from here. And let's make sure that user is an admin. And they are here. Okay. Let's create an idea and let's set the spam reports. Spam reports, say 4. Actually, I'm going to change it to 3 here. And we are testing the idea index. And we actually need the acting as method because we have to be logged in as an admin. Let's go ahead and test this component, passing in the idea, and let's assert that we see spam reports and 3. Okay, let's test this out. Does not work. Make sure to import idea index. Okay, run it again, and it does pass now. And let's do the same thing for the one on the show page. So spam reports count shows on idea show page. Let's change this to idea show page, and same with this one. Okay, and same setup, except we are testing the idea show page. Okay, and it should be the same. Okay, so now the last test I'm going to write is the filter for spam ideas. So since I already have a class dedicated for filters, or for this case, other filters, called other filters test, I'm just going to put it in here. So I'm just going to make one test case here, and that's just to test if the filter actually works. So let's go ahead and write that test. Let's call it spam. What do I name it? Spam ideas. Spam ideas filter works. And let me just paste in some setup here. Okay, so I have a user that's an admin. I have 4 ideas, and 3 of them have a certain spam reports count. So this one should be first, second, third, and this one should default to 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and make some assertions. So Livewire acting as the user. So we're logged in as the admin. Let's test the ideas index class, which is where the filters are. Not sure if that's imported, so let's make sure it is. Okay, we're going to set the filter. So in this case, it's the filter variable, and I named it spam ideas. I keep forgetting what I named it. Spam ideas, right? Yeah, spam ideas. So if you don't remember, we set the filter in here, and that's a variable here. Okay. And we'll make use of the assert view has method to make sure everything is in order. So we're checking the ideas variable, and it's passed through a callback function, ideas, okay? And let's make some assertions here. So return, let's start with the count. So ideas count should be 3 because 3 of them have a spam report of at least 1. So let's say 3. Let's see if this passes. And it does, cool. Let's continue making some assertions here. Let's just say the first one should be a certain idea. And that idea should be, say, ideas first title. So it should be the one with the highest spam report count, and that's this one. So idea 3. Idea 3. And then the next one should be ideas get 1 title. So that should be idea 2. Okay, and the last one should be idea 1. And that should be ideas get 2. Okay. Did I do that right? Why is there a squiggly? I need a semicolon here. Save that. Okay, run that again. And it is passing. So let's go ahead and run our entire test suite with test P for parallel. And everything is still passing. So as always, let's make a commit here. So git add, git commit, episode 44, manage spam test.